You'd think after all of the cringe of Star Wars that they'd just stop, that Bob Iger and Disney would be like, okay, everybody involved with these productions, just shut up. Let's finish this out. We'll move in a new direction later. We just got to make sure everybody doesn't destroy this brand even further than what they've done. But no, SJWs always double down, and that's exactly what's happening here. This is Amandla Stenberg, who is the star of The Acolyte, who, as we know, made that cringy music video, "We So Bored Don't F With Your Discourse," the other day. Which one of the worst things I've ever seen on the internet. It inspired a lot of laughs. On top of that, then she went and started copyright striking YouTubers who were like Stuttering Craig, who were mocking it because that's all they can do. All these SJWs, every time they want to get you deplatformed to silence you. I was dealing with this today with a comic book guy in my last video, who comes out of the woodwork trying to get my comic books banned. And this is the only step they have. They're lashing out. They are bitter. They're angry. This is like the stages of grief for their failure of The Acolyte. But they're still going out there and still making the same mistakes. Now, Amandla here got ratioed pretty hard. And she should, because she's playing victim. She's pretending she's some like oppressed minority when she, actually comes from a background, believe it or not, with white parents who raised her. Multimillionaires. She's not oppressed. She's not some like race warrior. She is just a person who was born in greater privilege than any of us will. And when she comes at you with claiming your white privilege or whatever, it's insulting because she's the 1%. Remember how they used to go at the 1%? Then they stopped doing that. Now those rich people that control everything just let it go. That's who she is. And she wanted the Victim Olympics, and she's going to get it. She's getting ratioed really hard on Instagram. We're going to laugh at some of the top comments on here. And also, then Charmaine Obaid-Chinoy, who's doing the Rey Skywalker movie, is doubling down on all this stuff in the midst of all this. Oh, it's painful to look at. But yes, that's they're never going to shut up. They're never going to stop. It's always going to keep getting worse until all of these people have been wholesale removed from Disney. Hopefully Gina Carano's lawsuit just guts the company. That's what we need these days. But we'll laugh at the train wreck. It's all we can do. My name's John Delarose, and I appreciate you being here. Please hit the like and subscribe button. Join us for all the best pop culture content around here. I'm also a professional science fiction writer, and this is my #1 bestseller, Justified: Saga of the Nano Templar. It's a 3-book trilogy. If you miss what Star Wars could be like and got ruined by Disney, I have the book for you. This is epic space adventure. Like you have not seen since the Extended Universe, Timothy Zahn stuff. You remember those days? This is a great series. Everybody who loves Star Wars enjoys this, and I would appreciate you picking this up. We've got a 3-book trilogy, as I said. It's all available on ebook, and I've also got an audiobook of Justified as well. So thank you guys so much. I'll put that link in the description below. And yes, again, join us. Hit the like and subscribe button. Let's get into this. So she's getting ratioed on this because, she thought this would be a good idea to make a cringy-looking video. Inject politics, scream racist at people who are just not liking The Acolyte. And I just checked on The Acolyte again this morning. Still sitting at 14%. If this was review bombed and it's actually a great show, the 85% critics, and everybody thought it was great except for like this vocal minority, and then they did this whole work talking about review bombing and racist and stuff. Normal people would come in and they'd leave reviews like on the opposite end, and it should be jumping up by this point. It's not. It's still dropping. It's still sitting here at 14%. The review bombing is not happening other than the fact that the audience just hates The Acolyte. It's just objectively a bad show on every single level. And so it's not about her race. It's not about any of this stuff. You know exactly what it is. It's not about intolerable racism. Here's what she gets in reply. Women raised in privilege worth $3 million pretends to be oppressed. Yes. Just as bad as her acting in The Acolyte. Oof. Your dad is literally white. All of this to avoid acting lessons. So Gina gets fired for her post, but this is just completely cool. Double standard bunch. This is a big deal. And I think Gina Carano, when her lawyers take a look at Amandla going out there calling fans racist, attacking white people on her Instagram, but Gina gets fired just for a comment. Yeah, it is a double standard. It's very obvious. I think she's going to win that wrongful termination lawsuit. I would say this is the most cringe thing you've ever... This is the kill shot. I would say this is the most cringe thing you've ever done, but then I remembered we're here because you're in the Acolyte. Oof. Fatality. I love it. Chad Thunder, yeah, you deserve a like for that. Let's do that. Oh, very good. All right. Dear Lord, this made my ears bleed. Definition of out of touch with reality. You're literally a millionaire. How oppressed. Wokeism, victimization, judging people by their race while complaining about racism. These bigots will do anything. Everything it takes to cover up their own incompetence and laziness. Just because the Acolyte or any other woke version of a classic has lesbians in it or does not give the show a free pass for bad acting, writing, and direction. Self-victimization is sure shot way to avoid any sort of criticism. So as you can see, she's not really getting a lot of love here. All the top comments are just savaging this really cringy video where she just twerks and acts like just a complete lunatic here. And it's entitlement. These people are entitled is what it comes down to. They're not victims. They're entitled. They're entitled because of their privilege. They're entitled and they're spoiled, and they just want to cry about everything. And that's exactly what we have. Now, this is coming up on the Rey front. Oh, God. Rey Skywalker is the heart of Star Wars. Oof. Gosh, those 3 movies were the most bland, emotionless movies ever. Gosh, I miss those days, though. They were, The Last Jedi looks like a masterpiece compared to The Acolyte. And implies the film will continue to inject feminism into Star Wars. The Force is female, everybody. We're going to put another chick in it and make it lame and gay. How exciting. Please clap. So she shared more details about the project and heavily implied it will inject more feminism into Star Wars. Speaking with Variety about her upcoming Diane von Furstenberg documentary, she detailed what attracted her to the film. The story that interests me most is Rey's journey as a female Jedi. Oh, so nice. That's how I can best bring my experiences to it. It's always about a self-insert. If you've ever noticed it, it's always about my experience. These SJWs ruin heroes because, heroes used to be something you'd aspire towards. You'd be like, I want to be like that guy because Han Solo is just awesome. Yeah, he didn't have to look like me. He didn't have to act like me. You wanted to be more like him. That's what a hero is. But instead, they just bring their experiences. They turn the heroes into themselves so that they lower the hero, so it's not actually a hero anymore, so that they can feel good about themselves and see themselves. It's just narcissism on screen. That's exactly what it is. The greatest thing about Star Wars is that everyone has a personal connection to it. Everyone is passionate about it, and throughout the fandom, people have clear ideas about who should direct and what stories should be about. I'm just drowning out those voices until I'm done. So again, she's going to not listen to the fans. She knows this implies she knows she's got a story that the fans are not going to like. This sounds a lot like Russell T Davies in Doctor Who, too, by the way. These people are all the same. They've got the exact same narcissism. It's my show, not yours. Attitude about things. It's really obnoxious. As a storyteller, I'm focused on drawing in new moviegoers. Yes, the modern audience, the different audience, not you. You. It's not for you, Star Wars fans. It's amazing. And bringing a sense of nostalgia that will appeal to older fans of the series. Sure. She also discussed the film with an interview with SiriusXM, saying, sometimes you walk in the footsteps of people and giants who've created worlds. In the case of Star Wars, George Lucas's world and filmmakers that have walked in his footsteps have set this world that they want young viewers to walk into and have an understanding of the world. This is it, the modern audiences again. At the heart of it, and Disney keeps saying this with the Acolyte too. The people inside Disney I've talked to say that they're really going for that young numbers. They don't care about the overall, just the percentage of young viewers. It's very weird. At the heart of it for me, Rey Skywalker is Daisy Ridley, self-insert, and her story and taking her adventure into a Jedi Academy and sort of creating a world that's a natural dovetail to the story we've seen her go through in the last 3 episodes. And working with Lucasfilm and Kathleen Kennedy and the team over there, breathing life into characters everyone loves and has fallen in love with. Yeah, you forgot about all those characters. They were Luke Skywalker, Han Solo, Princess Leia. They're gone now. Finding new characters that the next generation of moviegoers will fall in love with. Aw. From there, she detailed who she's collaborating with. I've had conversations with J.J. Abrams. Oh, no. Conversations with George Lucas and then Dave Filoni, who's a big part of the Star Wars universe now, and Kathleen Kennedy, of course. I think the team is taking time to make sure we do justice to telling the story of Daisy. not it's crazy. I think that she stands for something. Yeah, feminism. And we've all seen this wonderful journey she went on in episode 7, 8, and 9. Now it's like the next adventure, and how do we create a world and adventure that we take her on? Oh boy. This is going to be an absolute train wreck, and is going to be one of the worst performing installments in Star Wars history. Worse than Solo, I think. It's going to be my prediction. And my gosh, until they just get rid of all these people wholesale, they're never going to bring it back. So cringy. Leave a comment down below with what you think about all this cringe. Hit the like and subscribe button. Make sure to check out Justified Saga of the Nano Templar on Amazon. That link's in the description below. We'll be back soon.